Everything I gotta do to get to where I wanna be, I'm doing that all 2020. A lot of people saying this year that they gon' blow up, but they don't come close to my energy.
What up? Coming at you with another podcast, man. We are staying busy out here. I truly enjoy just talk to my boys, and today we have a phenomenal guest, one of my training partners. We go at it every day. One of Gary Tonin training partners, the member of the Danaher Death Squad, and a very successful grappler with much MMA in the future. Damien Anderson, welcome to the Nicky All Access, bro.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Yeah, I mean, it's good to be here. Train with this guy every single day.
Now let me ask you, right? When did you first start training with the squad? Because it's kind of like once you get that invite, it's like you're introduced to like this legacy, this lineage of fighting and grappling.
Yeah. So real quick beforehand, surprisingly, a lot of people get invited to the squad. Like there's a lot of people that come in, but rarely do they stick through it. You and Craig Jones are probably the only people that, like aside from the other people that have come and then had trained with us every single day. But either way, I found the squad actually from Rutgers. So I went to Rutgers. I was like studying economics, and I was just drunk one time wrestling around with my friend, and he's like, "Dude, you should try the jiu-jitsu club." And I wrestled 3rd through 8th grade. Never actually did jiu-jitsu, but I saw it here and there. I saw some UFC and stuff like that, but I didn't really know what it was. So then I went to the club, and Gary Tonin was training there. So Gary actually went to Rutgers. He was a brown belt there. Apparently the coach there, he was like a purple belt, a shitty purple belt, and didn't really care about the club. So it was basically Gary, while at Rutgers, teaching this Rutgers club, right? So while he was at Rutgers, he wasn't able to be the actual official head coach because he was still a student, but then he graduated, ended up becoming the head coach, and then finally I ended up coming there. I totally fell in love with it right away. I ended up joining his school, Brunswick. I'm actually the manager at Brunswick now, so I totally just dove right in. As soon as I did jiu-jitsu, I fell in love with it. Then I was training there for probably 6 months every day, and then Gordon was like, "Yo, would you want to do this professionally? Would you want to really pursue this?" And I was like, well, first I didn't even know that was a possible thing. I had no idea.
I think that's so common, but a lot of people just don't realize that if you get to a certain level, you can make some serious money.
Yeah, I had no idea. I did not know that was a profession or a career path. I was so ready. The grind was always kind of in me, like being able to work, eat shit for a bit and then, make money. That I always had that little thing inside of me, but I didn't realize I could pursue grappling or pursue jiu-jitsu. So then Gordon opened my eyes. I then started going to Henzo's and then just never looked back. I was a freshman when I first went to Henzo's, but I didn't really take it that seriously until I say sophomore year. And that was just hell. I was training still in the city twice a day. So in the morning and in the afternoon, and then I still had school. So I had online classes at Rutgers. I scheduled my classes 4 to 7. So I'd have morning session. I would go to do my homework on the train up to the city. Then I would, in between sessions, I would do more work. Then we'd have noon session. Then on the train ride back home, I would do more schoolwork. Then I had classes 4 to 7, and then I'd haul ass to Brunswick for 7:30 training, then 8:30 live training. So the entire day was just how can I get more training in? And then what would have been my junior year, I just kind of took a step back from school and I said, let me see how I can pursue this fully. And then I just never looked back since.
Yeah, that's I feel like a lot of us kind of have that similarity where a lot of us in the squad at least have the similarity where we see nothing but the work that's ahead of us. We see obstacles, we see other things and that might take up some time and attention, but ultimately we're like, how can we go get to the next training session? How can we fucking get better? And I think for the same reason, because we got kind of hooked at the beginning. We were the second we rolled, we were like, fuck, I think this is what I want to do. It's
Dude,
nuts,
you know what's freaking crazy is that everybody has different backgrounds. All of us on the team have different backgrounds, but we are all so like-minded. We all have this work ethic, and we don't see bullshit. So basically what I'm saying is I have a bunch of friends who they're like, so do you talk to your teammates about your goals and what are your goals? What are you doing here or whatever? And it's the goals were stated in the beginning. We already knew what we wanted to do, and now it's just about how can we get better at what we want to do. There's not a lot of bullshit that we do. Everything's about more technique. How can I improve this technique? What am I doing wrong here? It's not about, oh, I want to reach this level. It's like we already stated that in the beginning. We know the formula, and then now we're going about doing it.
Yeah, too many people spend too much time talking about what they're gonna do. And too often you find that like the people that talk just never do anything. They don't have the effort. They just have the fucking words. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's usually people keep their head down and they're doing the work in the basement. You know, get it done. It's an interesting world, man. Like, you know, not many people do what we do. I'm sure there's many successful people that you know truly love what they do, and they consistently do it every day. And I think that's a huge part of just getting to a certain level. Just having the will to and the mental stability to fucking do it every single day.
I have a little
fast, bro. Can you speak a little closer to the mic?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting about this. All right.
You could bring it to you.
Yeah. Okay. I keep forgetting about this. You could. Sorry, guys. But is this okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Perfect. So I honestly believe that any successful person in literally, or the most successful people in any industry, I honestly believe they have the same characteristics among, again, all industries. So whether you're Gordon Ryan, whether you're in the pinnacle of jiu-jitsu, whether you're the pinnacle of MMA, whether you're in the pinnacle of corporate America, whatever industry you're in, whether it's, you know, like commodities trading or whatever the fuck it is, I genuinely believe they all have the same characteristics that we do, where they have a sickening work ethic. And they don't see bullshit. They don't talk about, I mean, they can think about their goals, but as soon as you take time away about talking and thinking about your goals, well, then you're literally taking time away from actually doing what needs to be done to get to those goals. Our coach John actually says the same exact thing. So for our industry, right, jiu-jitsu / my industry as well, future MMA, whatever, he actually says that what's necessary to get to where we want to be is very difficult, right? The consistency of training every day. You're fucking beat up. You're training with fat ass Nicky Rod on top of you every day. Like, God knows why I'm even training with him. He's like, calls me from across the room. He's like, yo, Damien. I'm like, oh, motherfucker. But I'll train with him either way.
It never turns me down, man. I love it.
Yeah. There's no way in hell I'll give him the satisfaction of me being like, no, I don't want to train with you. You know, I'll bitch and moan, but I'll say, fuck you. I'm going to try to leg lock you or something, man. But yeah, so John basically says it's hard to get to where we want to get to, but the formula is super simple, right? Basically, what you have to do is you have to identify what you want to get, right? We want to be at the pinnacle of this sport. Then he's like, well, who achieved what you want to achieve? In this case, we'll just say Gordon, right? And then all you have to do is do exactly what he did for as long as he did, and then you will get to where you want to be. So I think that formula can be applied in any industry, where if you want to be at the top of this industry, well, then you just have to look at, well, what did that person do? Say a sneaker reselling. Well, who's the best sneaker reseller? What did he do? Find out what he did, and then do exactly what he did. And I feel like it's a simple formula, but it is difficult to get there because you have in jiu-jitsu, you're banged up, there's injuries. It's fucking hard to go to training, travel. I mean, my commute's about probably 3 hours a day to the city.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I'm going
commitment.
That's the grind, man.
Every single day. Yeah. Dude, it was insane when I was in college. That's why I really dropped out, because I mean, I'd be in the city by 7:30 and I'm leaving the city by like 3:30, 4 o'clock to haul ass back, or probably like 3 o'clock exactly, hauling ass back to school. Then I had to do school. Then I'd haul ass back to Brunswick, which is like 20 minutes away. That's Gary Tonin's school, to do more training. And then I'd have to do more schoolwork at night. I was still like, at the time, I thought being in a fraternity was so important. So like I also had.
Did you make it in? Did you make it to the fraternity?
Oh yeah, man.
So you're in a frat?
I'm in a frat. I'm in Chi Phi. I'm in Chi Phi at Rutgers. Go Chi Phi. Yeah. So I was in.
Dude, that's a commitment, bro. Like I have a lot. I know a lot of wrestlers that were like trying to what's a pledge, right?
Pledge, yeah. The pledge process.
They was doing some crazy shit, bro.
Dude, it's. I swear to God. But the thing is with me,
we had kids come to practice with dyed skin. like their skin was blue. Like I guess they tossed paint on them or something, and they couldn't wash off
Not
in time, bro. The fucking whole we're practically shirtless and in singlets, and they
have
fucking
dyed
blue.
skin,
bro.
That's amazing,
hilarious.
bro. It's a grueling process. I mean, they're working you out a bunch. You got a bunch of people that quit. 100% without a doubt was the best pledge though. There was no way in hell I was letting so in my brain everything has to be a fight. It's not a literal fight, but I'm like, these motherfuckers think they can break me. Fuck you. You're not breaking me.
Competition time,
yeah,
bro.
exactly. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking show you who can do the most push-ups. Like it was literally shit like that. But it was fucking tough, man. I thought that was so important. And then finally, when my junior year came up, I was like, I want to dedicate, because I was excelling in jiu-jitsu, but I asked Gordon, I was like, Gordon, what the fuck do I do? Because actually Nicky was like 13 years old when I was like 18 or 19. And he was coming to Rutgers. All of them would come to Rutgers and beat the crap out of these college kids. And then I was like, I started getting better, but Nicky was still progressing way faster than me. And I was like, what am I supposed to do to catch up to this little kid? And he was like, well, it's a simple thing. He just training.
Looks so innocent, but he'll rip your fucking legs off.
He will fuck you up.
Bro, he looks
exactly.
so
He was a
innocent.
fat little 13-year-old kid when he came to Rutgers.
Pictures, man.
Yeah, he was
pictures.
13 years old, beating the shit out of like roided up college heads who just wanted to kill him, and they just break their leg.
Crazy.
And I was like, I'm not freaking catching up to him. He's like, well, he's training literally 4 times as much as you are, because you go to college and you have this fraternity. And, at the time I still had a part-time job. So I was like, Jesus Christ, you're right. Like, there's no way mathematically, even if we're progressing at the same rate, will I be able to catch him, because he's training 4 more sessions than I am. So then I dropped out to college. I started managing. That's why I managed Brunswick. So it gave me another opportunity to train.
So did you finish your junior year?
No, I did freshman, sophomore year, and then junior year I went to take 1 year off. So I told my family, I was like, I want to take 1 year off.
It never works.
Yeah, I never looked back. But the thing is, it's like, it never works because it opened your eyes.
As long as something else has your attention.
Exactly.
As long as you're putting that same effort into something else. Like the way I looked at kind of college is kind of, and like accolades, is how I looked at wrestling. I was like, I've been wrestling for 7 years in middle school and high school, and I just did a year in college. That's my fucking bachelor's. You know what I mean? I would just keep doing this shit. I know more about this than anything else. You're gonna start reteaching me in college?
No, exactly.
Yeah, I was. I'm a terrible person to talk about grades or consistency to class, but like talking about your schedule and shit. Like when you're in college, I didn't have it as crazy, but we had fucking 5 a.m. runs, and then you gotta eat, shower, go to class by like 8:30, and then fucking 4 p.m. practice, 9 p.m. lift. Like it's nuts, bro. But the tough fucking survive and evolve and get it done.
I genuinely believe it's just your mindset. The mindset is what will make a person successful in America. That's genuinely how I believe. I believe if you
have to choose to what to be addicted to.
Exactly.
Some guys, some people do drugs. Some people addicted to gambling. We fucking can't get. I just want to learn how to beat people up the best I can.
Exactly. So. And then who are other people to say like, no, you should have finished your 4 years of college.
Yeah.
That would take away from what you became now.
I know more millionaires that fucking didn't graduate high school than graduated college.
Exactly. One of our closest friends and teammates, Gordon Ryan, I keep bringing him up just because, that's the pinnacle of, it just happens that he's on our team, but he is the pinnacle of our sport. And then what you have to do is you look at what he did. And then what he did was he just dedicated his life, like 6 sessions a day sometimes for 6 to 7 years before he really started making money. You just follow it.
I mean, he's also a good example of like branding too. So he did what
branding, yeah.
He created a full 360-degree brand.
Yeah, he also markets himself really well. So like that's another piece of the puzzle.
Huge aspect.
Yeah.
And people have to do that.
Still number one,
people have to do try to brand themselves before they even make it. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much easier. Like if you have a following and then you burst onto the scene and have extreme success somewhere. It just makes your life that much easier. Makes people more interested in you because they're like, he's more than just this. You know what I mean? More dimensional.
How did you find jiu-jitsu? What
so I was bouncing at
of course Nicky Rod was bouncing.
I was bouncing at a place called Landmark, and it was just like a college bar in Glassville, New Jersey. And while I'm bouncing there, all the bouncers pretty much talk of who's tougher comes up, and eventually I'm like definitely I could kick all of your asses. and this one kid's like, oh well, I do jiu-jitsu, like come train with me and I'll fuck you up. I was like, okay, well, I wrestled, bro, like you're done. So I went over there.
What belt was he first?
I think he was like a purple belt.
Right,
but he was my size. He was 225, and he said he competed a couple times.
And he was he was jacked, or he was like fat?
No, he was big. He was about a little bit taller than me, like 6'3", 6'4".
Okay,
4.5.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3", but he was a little bit bigger.
Not my weight class.
Yeah.
So big.
And then I started. He invited me, and I had like he didn't choke me or anything. I literally like took him down, let him up, pretty much the whole time. And then he pulled guard, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I just stood away from that. And then I actually went against his instructor, and his instructor tapped me out a bunch of times, and he was literally like 140 pounds.
Who was this? Where
so
was this?
his instructor was
You remember?
He's a ref. He has so many matches. He's a ref at the Nagas. He's a skinny guy. He owns a school in South Jersey somewhere. Like this is before I went to South Jersey BJJ.
Okay,
like,
this is just another.
I just popped in there one time. So
Okay.
really skinny guy. But yeah, he just fucking choked me out and broke my arm a bunch of times.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then I was like, all right, well, that sucked. I'm probably not going back there because it really just seemed like it was that guy. Like it was like only two.
Everybody else were kind of bummy.
Exactly.
Or lower level, and then the instructor was really good.
Yeah, and then I went to then from there when our other buddies trained at South Jersey BJJ is where I met. Jay
And then that's how you got kind of your foot in the door with Jay sending you to Henzo's, right?
Exactly. So I was training there for
Jay's awesome.
Dude, I was training there for 2 weeks, and Jay was like, yo, come to a morning class, which is the competition class.
Yeah.
And I showed up there, and it was just it was game over, man. I was like, all right, I was having tougher roles in there, but still beating guys, but having tougher roles. And I was like, all right, I need to get better, So he just started sending me off, and I did a good job of kind of introduce myself and be nice to everybody. So showing people that I'm a good person. I'm not gonna fuck because it's hard for especially jiu-jitsu is a smaller guy sport. So I was forced to roll with smaller people, and people definitely hesitate.
Exactly. Yeah,
so if I do anything wrong, or I lose control of something, I can hurt somebody. Yeah. So I never wanted. I did a good job of that, and in turn, it kind of made me more control because little by little, I learned to slow things down and fucking find my way through there.
You know what just reminded me when you said that you went to the gym and only the instructor was good or was able to really tap you out, and you with no experience of jiu-jitsu were able to essentially beat up the lower belts. One thing that I feel like we have an advantage of is that John is so good at propagating what he understands so that we understand it. Right. I feel like a lot of the times people are good at jiu-jitsu, or the instructors are good at jiu-jitsu, but they don't know how to actually teach their students. So although they're really good at it,
this is so common.
Yeah. They don't know why the move works, right? Or they don't know their philosophy of jiu-jitsu. They just maybe intuitively do it. They do it for 25 years. Their body already intuitively does it, but they can't explain to a new white belt why their body is in these winning positions, right? I honestly think that's one advantage that our team has, is that John was first able to teach what he understands. He's able to clearly explain the philosophies of jiu-jitsu for his system, and then that also helps us teach and helps us learn quicker. I believe that's why we're quicker learners, because of the way John explains his theories.
Yeah, it makes it way easier. It's funny you say that, because it's true. So many people talk about the going to seminars and going on John's DVDs and stuff, and they're like, I feel like I'm retaining the information so much better. It's because how he talks, how he teaches. A lot of people resonate and they can contract the information a lot better.
Yeah.
It's just more memorable. Also, his accent probably kind of sticks in your mind, so it's a little bit of an advantage.
It's like a Professor X from X-Men a little bit.
Yeah,
it's like, this guy must know something. Look at his accent, or listen to his accent.
Definitely unforgettable. Yo, where was your match at?
So my match, it was a finisher's match. It was in Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania, because of this whole COVID situation. Everything was locked down, so they literally just got this professional wrestling arena, training facility or something. It was just an open space, and behind it was this disgusting, elevated wrestling ring, like WrestleMania, where you can jump off of. And yeah, it was just in Pennsylvania. It's probably like an hour and a half away from me. I actually wanted to fight J.M. Holland. That's who I asked for, which is like, you know, one of the head black belts over there that, you know, he runs, him and I think Zach Mislani both run finishers. So I wanted to fight J.M. He, you know, has some decent wins, and I was definitely shooting up a little bit. I didn't expect him to accept the match, but he was like, no, but fight, you know, my student, Devin Vogel. He's a brown belt. So then I was just like, all right, sure, no problem. So then
I think fuck it, bro. Call them all out, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
you're
really
on the come up. You do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing really to lose. Like, I don't really care that much. It's not like I have, you know, this huge, you know, winning streak where it's like I have to be selective about who I'm fighting. It's like everybody's going to be another win for me right now.
The way I see it, bro, if you're going to be at that top level anyway, you're going to have to beat everybody. So
exactly. So what does it matter to me? What does it matter to me who the fuck I fight? I'm going to have to fight them anyway. I'm going to have to prove it. Yeah.
I'm kind of at the same position as far as like I'm in a tough position, like, because every time I'm learning something, I have to fucking compete and try it against like world class guys.
Yeah.
But like,
no more like easy matches, you know.
Yeah, so I don't care about going against guys that are like a lot worse than me, I guess you would say, because it gives me a chance to fucking try
this new shit.
Yeah. So you know, I kind of contemplate competing in like IBJJF to just do like a purple belt worlds or something, you know, so I can like,
oh my god,
so I can like pull guard or fucking do some, at least maybe get into legs and then take top.
Well, you can try your new shit. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I can try get into position without getting heel hook too.
Exactly. True.
Yeah, I've been definitely contemplating that. Maybe a Naga or something. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to like get fucking $8,000-$10,000 for competing and then pay $100
for free. Oh yeah. You actually have to pay money.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's fucked.
It would make great content though. People like
it would. I mean,
hilarious,
actually, but can you? I don't even think you can use the content. Can you? I mean, you can use clips, but you can't like sell it.
So when I was, when I did Naga, like my first and only one, I actually had my
somebody record it.
Yeah, I had my girlfriend record, and we still have the tapes. I have them on YouTube and Instagram
Naga.
and stuff.
I mean, Naga, you can. I think IBJJF, they're with Flow. Yeah, they're with Flow. So I think Flow owns all the you know, the content for that. But I mean, if you did a Naga and you fuck some people up and then you did a commentary over it, I mean, people would buy it. People would buy it for sure.
Yeah. Dude, every time I post my older Naga clips, they get pretty good views.
Yeah, they get a lot of views.
30-60K, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like we could film an IBJJF.
What if we just all showed up, the whole squad showed up
interesting.
to a Naga one day?
And just
like,
fuck shit up. That'd be hysterical.
Me, fucking Gordon, Craig, John.
Oh my God.
That'd
be hysterical.
Ethan, yeah.
Ugh, man. That'd be, I mean, the thing is like, at least with IBJJF, people are sometimes traveling. Like if you're on the IBJJF circuit, like you like to travel to the different places to go compete with IBJJF. Nobody's traveling for a Naga. It's going to be like these local guys who train, you know, 3 times a week, if that. And then they're going to come to us who do like double sessions every day and then, you know, just get fucked over. Oh man, that would be brutal. That would be brutal.
Dude, are you a fan of lifting?
Don't talk to me about lifting, man. I absolutely despise it. There was a point in time. So I in high school, I actually did football and lacrosse, and then I would lift, you know, to supplement my my football. So I was really big into lifting. Like lifting, just how I train, I was lifting 7 days a week, maybe like 1 day off. Like I always grew up trying to build something or get better at something. I didn't even realize that's what I did, but that's what I was always doing when I was younger. Now, I hate lifting. I do not want to do it just because jiu-jitsu is so fun. Like I came into jiu-jitsu a little bit fat. Actually, not little fat. I'm like 5'8" and I was like 190.
You was thick.
Dude, I was chunky.
Oh, I did not. Do you have pictures?
I do have pictures. I'll show you pictures. Yeah. I do have pictures. I was like more muscular.
Were you like Nicky thick?
No, see, I actually played like linebacker and strong safety in football. So I was like,
kind of athletic.
Yeah, athletic but stocky, no abs for sure. Yeah. But you know, I was like on creatine, so like I'm exactly. I was eating a bunch of shit, but I was like thick, no abs, but definitely strong. And then college happened, and then I had no reason to really lift anymore, so I just stopped lifting. And then that kind of just got me fat. And then I was like, I have to do something. I found jiu-jitsu, started training every day, and then just got shredded now. So I'm at like 155 now. So I went from like 190 to like 155, and then I've cut down to even 135. When I do MMA, I'm gonna have to fight 135. So I mean, that's a lot of weight to lose. But
you could just go back to 190 and get just go all muscle.
I could.
Get you a 25-inch neck.
The thing is like with jiu-jitsu, I feel like my time is better spent just learning more jiu-jitsu. And the thing is, I do MMA and jiu-jitsu every single day. So after this podcast, I'm going over to John, and then, we're doing MMA for an hour and a half. hour and a half. I'm going to be sparring, professional fighters, and then I'm going to have to go back downstairs to our training facility. I don't want to expose where we're training. Yeah, it's a secret location
in the dungeon.
Yeah,
I kind of feel the same with lifting, because time is of the essence, right? So when I'm doing if I have to do legs or something, and I'm like, only got 45 minutes today, but I need to lift, right? Am I better off getting a leg pump or an arm pump? So it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle of what I need to do or what I want to do. So I feel you, but no, I love the lifting, bro. For me, it's like every time I lift, I look in the mirror and I'm bigger.
Well,
everything's like 2 inches bigger. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm actually growing right now. So that's attracted to me. And
True.
And when I don't have a pump and I'm just chilling here, I was like, if I had a pump right now, I'd be like 2 inches bigger
deflated.
everywhere. This fucking t-shirt would be busting.
Man.
So honestly, that's in my mind. Every time I go to the gym, I'm about to get bigger right now.
But now, you're doing it to get bigger? Do you think it helps your jiu-jitsu? Or do you think another session of jiu-jitsu?
Yes, no, it's so hard to get bigger. Like, it's gonna take you years.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's pointless. It's a pointless endeavor. I'm just like, I'll do another session of jiu-jitsu if I think it's gonna help my jiu-jitsu.
Don't speak so negative.
Like, I genuinely believe I'll do another 45 minutes with John learning more jiu-jitsu rather than a 45-minute lift, which will take me, 5 years to put on, meaningful weight, like 20, 30 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, but 5 pounds of muscle, that's 5 pounds of armor. Your body has. I'm telling you,
dude, I'm fucking jacked, man. I don't know what the hell you're
jacked,
talking
but
about.
you could be jacked-er. You feel
jacked-er. I could be jacked-er.
Yeah, no, I fucking love the sound of clanking weights. I love the visual.
Oh, it just turns me on.
Dude,
just turns me on.
When I don't lift, like the feeling, like you walk outside with no shirt on, and then you walk outside with no shirt on with a pump. It's a you're a different
All right,
person.
so maybe it's because I think I might have told you this before. Maybe I don't like lifting because I swear to God, I think I'm bigger than what I actually am.
It's called being a douchebag.
Maybe, bro. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm fucking shredded, but I don't see the proportions to what you are. When I look at somebody, so I'm like 155. I see somebody like 190 who's also just as jacked. I look at them, I'm like, oh, they're my size. Like, they don't look that much bigger than me. But only when I see pictures on Instagram. Bro, we did a picture. It was like you, me, and your buddy Andrew. I was like, oh my fucking God, they are monstrous. Like, I swear, me and Andrew are the same size.
Andrew's pretty big.
Dude, I look at Andrew, I'm like, oh, bro, we're the same size, man. I'm just as jacked. But it's like, imagine you took a picture on the computer and you took the corner and you just stretched it out. That's what it is. But so the proportions, I'm like, oh, bro, we're just as jacked. I'm just as jacked as him, but he's just fucking twice my size. You guys you're 3 times my size, and I don't even see it. I can't see it. I don't know.
You know what I think about when I'm lifting, honestly?
What?
Every time I'm doing a rep or something, I'm like, that's an extra time I can squeeze this guy's face. Like, for instance, right? Me and Ethan were doing leg explosions, right? I'm not. Me and Ethan were doing leg extensions, right?
Okay.
And he was like, oh, how many reps were you do? I was like, oh, you just fucked up asking me that. We're gonna do 50, and then so we did 4 sets of 50, and he was like, what's the concept behind this? I was like, bro, every time you're extending your legs, that's simulating a knee cut. You now have 50 knee cuts in you. You can explode 50 times. No problem. You're not even tired right now. You can do that 50 times, no problem.
But now the thing is, you don't think what's more important is just, well, how can I make this knee cut better? I can do with 50 strength. Reps with strength. Exactly.
We just found the solution.
Yeah, I mean, why learn technique when you can just explode?
Yeah, I think I mean it's a fucking balance, bro. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to get better at everything, but I think if you're a little bit stronger, it might take a little less time.
It'll definitely make it easier. It's like, I swear to God, rolling with you is like rolling with a silverback gorilla. It's fucking.
I'm trying to kill you.
It's fucking awful.
And in about 2 hours, I'm going to try to kill you.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, the only thing, literally, my best bet is our leg entanglements. But the thing is, it's the only reason I'm able to even defend.
I have nightmares. I have nightmares about being in leg locks with y'all. It's a fucking problem.
Dude,
like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one philosophy that John, teaches us is try to use our entire body against one small section of our opponent's body. Your upper body is way too fucking strong because you can use the strength of your legs and you explode out. So I'm like, our upper body submission's out of there. But if I can control legs, I'll use my entire body against one leg. I'm like, all right, I can hold this for a little bit. This will be all right. Sometimes I catch you. Sometimes you just somehow just fucking explode. And I'm like, oh, this
So it's leg extensions.
Fuck, maybe his leg extension. Maybe I got to do it. Maybe you have a point, right? I'm not strong enough to hold you. Jesus.
Just got to believe, dog.
Just
keep
believe.
Going.
It's crazy how many people actually that word believe, like if you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do in this position? Just believe. Fucking believe. Bro. People before competitions, they're like,
people doubt themselves, bro.
You think?
I think people doubt themselves.
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I think having I think the people that do believe have the most success for sure, because it's a confidence issue, man. Like you guys were talking about who's that guy that left the squad? Eddie or
Eddie and JC both left the squad.
Yeah. Well, one of them, you guys were saying that he was getting like super nervous before competition.
Oh,
but he
it's
still
probably
did well.
Eddie.
Yeah. I think it was Eddie. But he was saying that he would just like shit his pants before competition and then still go out there and kill it. I can't do that. If I'm shitting my pants before competition, I'm gonna shit my pants during competition. I have to be a one-track mind.
Dude, I remember you're like 4 weeks out from Luke Rockhold, right? And then I'm sitting with John after training, and I was like, yo, how do you feel? Like what's going on? And you're like, dude, I feel like I'm gonna fucking kill him. Well, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And I was like, yeah, like what's the game plan? He's like, you only got 4 weeks to game plan. He's like, you see what I did in 6 months for ADCC trials? Think what I can do in another month. I was like, wow, all right, that's the fucking Nicky Rod mentality that I gotta get. Yeah, everybody can learn from a little bit of Nicky Rod mentality.
Just go a little bit harder, bro.
A little bit harder, believe a little bit more.
Oh man, it's too much fun. Yeah, like it's fun that we get in a room and we have fun with each other. Like we all enjoy doing the same thing. Yeah. It's too much, man.
What I think is, I honestly think that's healthy, man. Like we literally go to training, we're bullshitting with our friends, fucking 20, 30 friends, whatever, and we're all close, and we're all grinding towards the same goal, which is perfecting this thing that is jiu-jitsu or getting better in jiu-jitsu / MMA. Other people, man, they go to their job, they sit behind a desk, they're none of them, I genuinely don't believe it. I think a vast majority of people hate their job.
Oh man,
I think everybody, bro.
Yeah,
even the people that make like pretty good, unless you're making like 6 figures on up, you probably don't hate your job.
Well, it's probably good for. I mean, it's a great sacrifice, if you have a family and stuff like that. But if you're saying, would you rather be doing something other than your job? Because the thing is, think about training. We're not getting paid to train. Yeah. We don't get paid to go to training every day. However, we go to training every day as if it's work. Right? Yeah,
we're really gambling because like any day we could get fucking hurt, get a car accident, and be like, we need our bodies for work, for money. So like, I mean, even the grappling, like you have opportunities to create consistent money through popularity and good work ethic, but it's not guaranteed money. If you're not winning, you're not getting paid, bro. That's like those 10, 20K tournaments, you have to win that shit. Those super fights, you're not making much if you're not winning or something.
Real quick, let's think about this. Now, what's the bigger gamble? Gambling a few years of our youth, right? Say it all goes to shit, then what? Well, if worst case scenario, not saying that like you'd go back to college or I'd go back to college, but worst case scenario, we go back to college for a couple of years, then we get a job. Is that? But the reward is that we get to enjoy our life, we get to pursue jiu-jitsu, right? What we love to do. Or you can say, go to college, you're going to gamble for 40 years working at the shit job and then hope that you like your job and that it works out when you retire.
Bro, you're not even
car accident, die too, bro.
You're not exactly, and you're not even enjoying your fucking life.
Yeah. What really deterred me, honestly, from college is like, it was like, I kind of conceptualized that like, even if I commit and do these 4 years of college and get in this fucking extreme debt, I'm still not guaranteed a job. I'm not guaranteed to make 6 figures. And on top
you're
of
not
that,
guaranteed any happiness.
Exactly. And on top of that, you're going to have somebody telling me how much money I can make. Like I'm capped at a certain, fuck that.
You as a grappler and being quote unquote self-employed, the ceiling is endless. You can make as much money as you can think, right? It's just about thinking about, what are these different ways where I can monetize my skill set, right?
Yep.
And I think
People don't know how to think out of the box.
I think this is a safer bet. I genuinely believe this is a safer bet.
You know what hold a lot of people back is like bad decisions when you're young. When you're 18, 19, 20 and you have like shit credit because you fucking signed for a Mustang when you didn't have any money, or like you have kids too young and you're like, fuck, now I need a job because I need fucking health insurance and I can't chase my goals because what happens if something happens to the wife or to the kid, you know what I mean? So it's responsibilities like that will really deter you.
Well, what they say is actually there's 3 things that will guarantee. I think it's a Stanford study. I could be wrong. Maybe either Stanford or it's one of the Ivy League schools. They did a study and it was like, what are the 3 attributes that where 90 if you hit these 3 attributes, you will not be permanently poor in America. The first one is don't have a baby out of wedlock, essentially, right? Don't have a single parent household, essentially. Get a job and then graduate high school. If you do those three things, you won't be permanently poor. But a lot of people, have fucking kids in high school. They drop out of high school, or they get shitty jobs. Like why would somebody? We dropped out of college, but we dropped out of college with a purpose. People literally drop out of college to work at Wawa or work at 7-Eleven because I
dropped out and I was like, I'm gonna get Instagram famous. I literally dropped out college. I was like, I'm gonna post on Instagram every day and just see how this goes.
And that fucking worked, bro.
Fuck it, yeah.
Got verified, man.
Dude, for sure, man.
Yeah, it's funny. It was like I remember. So my first year of college, it was kind of paid for. Like I think maybe 15,000 out of 40 G's we had to come up front.
Do you have to take a loan?
Yeah, I had to take about 15,000 out for the loan. Okay. And like I had so just to show you how fucked like the school system is, right? I was in Division 3. You can't get an athletic scholarship, right? You can only get academic scholarship.
Wow, yeah.
So they gave me like $35K in academic scholarship, bro. I had a 1.9.
Look at this intellectual. Look at this intellectual. I
had a 1.9 coming out of high school.
Oh so my god!
Tell me how that works. You tell me how that works.
It's almost corrupt. It's almost fucking corrupt.
I know. I'll accept the corruption because it worked.
Oh man.
So
go.
So I was So I made it. They fucking gave it to me with just a 1.9, and I was like, all right, let's do some of this college. And then I went and I literally didn't even go to class. I was like, I'm just here to wrestle. Like I failed a fucking project in some social studies class or whatever because it was like a weekend trip, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna fail this class if you don't come to this trip. And I was like, I have a wrestling tournament. Like I'm not here for you. So shit's crazy.
No, I agree. And the thing is, it's like we go to class every day still. We're just not studying, these core classes that liberal colleges want us to study. We're learning from. Well, John, has his PhD in philosophy, but he just dedicated his entire life to learning jiu-jitsu, and we're learning from a professor. We go to training and we go to class every single day, and we're learning. It's just a different school. It's just
philosophy
a different avenue.
of jiu-jitsu, bro.
Yeah, and the thing, right? You can learn a bunch of different skills outside of college. So, like one example that I like to think about. I mean, I knew that I wanted to pursue jiu-jitsu full time. I love jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna use jiu-jitsu to monetize, where I want to be financially, right? And one of the ways was, I looked at Gary. I was like, well, I can do what Gary does. And Gary opened up a gym. The thing is, I had no idea how to run a gym. I did take business core classes in Rutgers, but that literally helps you with nothing. Maybe
why do they require you to take shit classes? Like if you want to be a fucking cop, why am I over here taking business classes? It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. But anyways, so that's why. So I was a manager for Brunswick, and then I got to learn, the back end of what it takes to run a jiu-jitsu academy. And then, fast forward, I worked there for like 3 years, and then I'm still there now. But then I opened up my own academy. Granted, it got fucking shut down because of COVID. Thanks a lot, Governor Murphy. You're an asshole.
Yo, shout out your academy real fast, bro.
Oh, All in BJJ. It's in Middlesex. Yeah.
All in BJJ in Middlesex.
All in BJJ. It's in Middlesex, New Jersey.
Nicky Ride approved. This guy beats me up every day. So if you want to learn some serious jiu-jitsu, man, hit me
exactly.
Is that by Middletown at all, or is that totally different?
Middletown? Not really. Actually, I have no idea where Middletown is. I'm not even gonna say not really because I genuinely don't know where Middletown is. But
it's so crazy, like because you're a purple belt, right?
Yeah, I'm a purple belt.
Like and your level of purple belt is far superior to most black belts. Like
for sure.
It's so it's so hard to get upgraded. Like, is that what you guys call it? Promoted?
Oh, promoted. To get upgraded, we leveled up. We leveled up,
bro. Yeah, to get promoted, it's like you really have to do something substantial, or just show for a long period of time that you're doing well in practice.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Well, the thing is, I genuinely believe, we are now giving, we're setting the bar higher for the next generation's purple belt, or the next generation's brown belt, the next generation's black belt, because you want a high learning curve. You don't want this sport to stagnate. Like, I mean, if you look at 10 years ago, the black belts now wouldn't be able to beat the average blue belt now. No, it's insane. It's insane. So we want to keep that curve, going up. And also, although you're right, like, we understand, or our lower belts understand jiu-jitsu way better than most black belts, right? Our understanding that comes first from John, and the actual system, like our system of jiu-jitsu, right? So we're able to think at a higher level than these black belts. Crap, I lost my train of thought. Where am I going with this?
How we think at higher level than black belts, because we're only like with the time that we're given, it's kind of crazy how much information we kind of retain and learn. And it seems like not only do our minds remember it, but our bodies retain the information as well. Because it's some people are like separated because their mind will tell them what to do, but their body doesn't translate it that well. So I think we do a really good job of especially in live situations and the drills that we do in practice, to just kind of let our mind and body synchronize, work together, and work more efficiently.
Now, real quick, do you think actually, because that's right, like all of us for the most part, we can see a move, and then give it.
Are you a visual learner? Like, do you learn faster if like you just fucking close the ears and look, or do you think you need both?
See, I'm both. I feel like you're more of a visual learner. What do you think?
If I heard nothing and just watched, I'd be able to do it immediately. Honestly, sometimes listening fucks me up.
Yes,
I'm like, this motherfucker's talking, but I'm trying to look. Am I supposed to listen or do what he's supposed to do? All right, now I need slides. Oh fuck, yeah, I'm fucked, dude.
So my main way of learning actually is I have to have John explain the moves that I do. So like, when I do my moves, I like to understand why I do certain moves. Like, why is my hand here? Why is my knee here? I don't understand why it has to be there, because I feel like if I don't understand the why, then I end up forgetting about it. Like, I'm like, oh, well, I don't know why that knee has to be there because it doesn't make any sense. But if it's like, oh, I'm keeping inside position, then I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. But then ultimately, I'll do the move a few times, but then I will always stop and I watch Nicky, I watch Gary, I watch Gordon I watch Craig, I watch them do these moves. So then I'm like, oh, okay, that looks good. I can do it like that. But I definitely have to understand the why my body has to do certain things.
Grappling is so intellectual. Like for coming from a wrestling background, I feel like everything happens so fast that there's not much thought that goes into it.
Yeah, it's intuitive.
You just kind of see exactly. You see it and you react, and the motion's over. Then you start the next explosion. So like for grappling, you really have to slow down, and you keep that steady pace, and you really have to tell your body where to step, how the hand placement, the wedges to make.
Yeah, it's definitely a slower man's game. It's a thinking man's game. This is chess.
Oh,
this is physical 100%. Chess. But the thing is, I don't know if that's because that's how jiu-jitsu actually is, or is it because John taught us that way? Because the thing is, John actually does the same thing for me with MMA. So
does he teach you to keep that same consistency in your striking? Like are you doing like a fluid motion? Because like when we're grappling, essentially we kind of keep that pace, or is it more explosiveness in your stand up?
Well, yeah, a little bit of both. So we definitely want to be changing directions, because there's going to be a tempo of the fight. And in order to surprise your opponent, you have to, break tempo a little bit, catch him on the half step, it's called. When he's stepping in, he thinks you're stepping back, but as he's stepping in, you'll close distance and then, catch him with a rear hand or something like that. But more importantly, I think the biggest thing that John taught us, and this goes for jiu-jitsu and MMA, is the fact that we should only be attacking when we're in the advantageous position. Now, being on bottom doesn't mean you're not at an advantageous or disadvantaged position, right? So basically, with MMA, we'll just say in the stand-up position, if my opponent is out-angling me, right? He takes it, we'll say, we call it kankiatsu, just toe-to-toe southpaw.
That sounds sexy.
Kankiatsu, yeah. Southpaw versus orthodox. If my opponent beats me with an outside foot, well, then I shouldn't engage that fight. So if you go to jiu-jitsu, if my opponent is beating me with inside position, well, then I should not really attack it. I should try to fight for inside position first. Once I have inside position, I have the advantages in my favor. Then I'm on the attack. If my opponent gets out angles me in MMA in the stand-up position, well, then I should exit and then I reassess. That's the biggest thing I believe John, showed me with MMA and shows us for jiu-jitsu, is the fact that this isn't a sport where you have to believe stronger, or at least with MMA. Like I see people in the UFC sometimes, they're just like, let's like fight right here. Let's go. Let's fight like men. And the fans love it.
It seems like a huge adrenaline dump when they do that, because they're like getting all hyped up and they're like just going to go out swinging.
Dude, I hate watching that shit. I'm like, dude, I'm just watching two idiots punch each other. Like one person can be out of position. And I was like, why are you taking that exchange? Oh, there's risk with every exchange. However, we want to mitigate that risk. And that's
I bet you some of those guys want to get hit, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, I bet you the
probably.
Rory McDonald's and shit, and like they probably like getting hit.
Dude, I can't. I feel like maybe I'm a different breed. Like I have a fear-based MMA style.
I'm terrified.
I'm not getting punched. I don't want to get punched, right? So I'm gonna do everything I can. I mean, if I get punched, I get punched. But
that's a smart man's game, bro.
I'm gonna do that. That's the only way I feel like I'm gonna have any longevity in this sport. And like, how can I represent John by saying, yeah, I'm going to stand and bang? He teaches me all this great philosophy of fighting, and I'm just going to throw it out the window. Let's fight right here, man. Let's go right now. Like, I can't stand that shit. I'm like, oh, I cringe at it, because you only want to take these exchanges when you have the advantage. So if somebody out angles me, well, then I'll get some distance. And I'll re-engage. I'll only throw these punches, I'll only throw these strikes when I have the advantage, because it's a gamble I'm willing to bet. It's like saying, all right, well, I have 70% chance I'll hit him, but if I'm not gonna fight when I have 30% chance of hitting him. I'm not gonna take that bet any day. I want to increase all my little advantages in my favor, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll risk getting hit here because I know I can hit him more than he can hit me.
There's way more risk in fighting. It seems like you're kind of like, even if there's you're a far superior fighter, you still have that 1% chance that you can fucking get hit with a haymaker. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because essentially anybody can throw a wild fucking punch and it land on that one spot and you're fucking out, and it's nuts, man. You see it so many times in MMA where it's like, this guy should have not won the fight, but he flatlined him.
Yep, that's the biggest thing. Why you want to line everything up to try to mitigate or try to lower the possibility that you'll get rocked. One thing in MMA, I mean, you take a closed fist and you throw it at somebody's face. What is it? I think it's like acceleration times mass, right? You're gonna throw your hand and it's gonna hit with a force, whatever that force is. That force is still gonna hurt you. If you don't know how to break somebody's arm in jiu-jitsu, that arm is not gonna break. If you don't know how to break a leg with a heel hook, you don't know the breaking mechanics, the finishing mechanics, that knee's not gonna pop. That ankle's not going to pop. You don't have the proper breaking mechanics. So that's, in a sense, why we have to be a little bit more technical with jiu-jitsu, because we can't just take a hand and chuck it at somebody's face, even though your form might be out of whack or whatever.
Yeah, it's really, it turns into a wasted energy, honestly.
Exactly.
You're just sitting there cranking, and you're like, fuck, I'm not even breaking this guy. Yeah.
And then you get these higher level people, like our team will know 100% if we are in a heel hook and then they start breaking us, but we don't, the power bleeds off. There's no real finishing mechanic. We're not going to tap. I'm not going to tap because you have a heel hook. Yeah. I'm going to tap because my leg is going to break. That's the difference now. Sometimes people will just get a heel hook and the opponents just tap freak, like they just freak out.
It's a fear game, bro. It's a fear game. Yeah.
But if you know that your leg's not getting broken, well, then there's no need to tap. If you know you're not getting strangled unconscious, well, like at our level, we're not tapping because somebody locked in a guillotine. Like, we're not going to tap because of that. We're not going to tap because we can't breathe. We're eventually going to tap because we started going out. And we can feel that, and then we say, all right, game over. But if you don't have the finishing mechanics for a guillotine, I'm not going to tap just because you have a guillotine on me. That makes no fucking sense. I'll tap because you're finishing me.
I see a lot of high-level grapplers that, like even once they get put into a submission, that their defense is not there. They're just done. They give up. And it's like, I feel like you have to work outside of bad positions, and that's what we do a tremendous job of.
Dude, Gary literally, in my opinion,
he just will never stop moving.
He's one of my most favorite grapplers to watch. Yeah, he does these crazy shits, but he gets tapped literally the most in training, I believe. Like, he'll get tapped by blue belts, even white belts sometimes. Like, and the thing is, he doesn't care because he sees it as training. That's the biggest problem, I believe, with people who are trying to progress, right? Say they're purple belt, they start getting good, they have a little bit of a system that they're getting good at, and they never stray away from that. They never let their arm get fully extended because they feel like in training they should be winning. They should be beating this guy. But if you throw that out the window and you just say, all right, my goal is progression. My goal isn't to get submitted. Well, then you'll progress a lot faster. And that's why Gary's able to do all these crazy different moves, because he's confident that, if I go for this double leg, I have a good guillotine escape. I feel like if I go for this move and I end up in bottom mount, well, I don't really care because I have a good kipping escape into legs. Like these things that Gary does in training all the time is the reason why he gets so confident in on the big stage.
He might be one of the most fluid grapplers there is, as far as just fluidity and able to create
to move his body. Yeah, it's insane.
And the way he rolls out of position is like I attribute a lot of my grappling to Gary's style. I watched before I started taking it seriously. I watched him, and I still continue to watch him, and I relate to a lot of his rolls and just a lot of his angles. I mean, you can't beat his fucking scissor takedown in ADCC.
Oh, man, I'm waiting for you to go for it.
Bro. I'm gonna if I go for it, I won't even get the heel hook. I'll just blow their knee out.
Dude, it's either gonna be a beautiful, like flawless Kani Basami into an inverted heel hook, or
it's gonna be a fucking yeet.
Yeah, it's gonna be whoosh. You're gonna 260 pounds of Nicky Rogers collapsing on the outside of somebody's knee. Their whole knee just gets destroyed and they're out for their entire career.
I'm trying to get the first
either one.
I'm trying to get the first heel hook with where the bone comes out the skin and it's a murder scene.
Bro, Craig Jones was close to that. Craig and Vinny Maguire. Oh my god,
that was the worst break I've ever seen.
All right, here's one example though. Here's one example of late escapes. All right, so Craig has the inverted heel hook. All right, the next step is, well, as Vinny, you should be like, all right, well, I'm in a heel hook. Well, now my goal should be to defend. What are my late escapes for this? What are my late defenses? What's my protocol? He did none of that.
Non-existent. He looked at the heel hook and was like, I think this is gonna break.
Yeah, he banked on Craig not even being able to break him. That's the thing. If you're on a team or your training partners never break your legs, right? Ever. You're in these deep inverted heel hooks, but they don't know how to break it. Well, then you're never going to feel danger. Once you get somebody with real breaking mechanics like Craig Jones, I mean, that's a bad fucking thing.
It's 4 versus 1. You have 2 legs, 2 arms on one leg.
Exactly.
Fuck that, bro.
Exactly. And the thing is like, oh man, there's opposing forces on the leg. It's just your knee cannot bend that way. So essentially what a heel hook does, right? A heel hook will the inverted heel hook. It takes the lower half of the leg and it turns the toes out, right? Externally. Then your hips take the upper half of the leg and they rotate it internally. So you have 2 opposing forces on the knee. You have an external rotation at the lower half and you have an internal rotation at the upper half. Your knee is not supposed to take any rotation whatsoever. As soon as you apply those forces properly, your knee will fucking explode.
What's the first thing to pop? Is it like a ligament?
Usually, yeah. Usually on the inverted heel, like usually the MCL will go first because you have pressure from the outside of the knee. So it's usually the MCL will go first, and then you might get some other.
Was Craig's the worst leg break you've seen?
That's the worst, and the thing is, apparently his ligaments were so strong. Right? Jesus, obviously, because he prays a bunch. That's Jesus, and fruits and vegetables were the reason why his ligaments were so strong. But either way, the ligaments didn't actually break.
Love the sarcasm.
His tibia broke.
Fuck. It was the smaller one, right?
No, that's the bigger one.
The big one?
His tibia freaking broke. It was a spiral
you could clearly
fracture.
See it in the picture. It was like leg and then a huge dip. What the fuck?
That shit. So his ligaments were so strong that it broke the bone. The bone, the ligament just ripped the bone, and then it was a spiral fracture in his tibia.
I need to give me some Jesus. I need to give me some Jesus.
I need to pray more. I need to pray a bit more, motherfucker, man. I would. Oh.
Vinny been in the game for a long time, bro.
He's never been tapped at black belt, which is crazy.
I bet he still claims that he does.
Yeah, he didn't get tapped. Well,
he's like,
I didn't submit, bro. AJ Agazarm fought Gary in one of the IBJJF things. Gets strangled unconscious. Okay, strangled unconscious. He's laying on the floor. Comes out. I didn't get tapped though. I didn't tap. I went
he should have popped up and be like, I was faking it. Let's go.
Yeah, so to this day, he's like, yeah, Gary didn't submit me. And then awesome. And then everybody's like, well, dude, you got strangled unconscious. He's like, yeah, but I didn't tap. I didn't tap though.
Dude, he could have killed
AJ,
you.
Yeah, right. Like literally just murdered you.
So East Coast Trial was like the first time I met AJ Agazar, right? And I try to, obviously I was nobody prior to that, but I try to walk up to him and shake his hand, just say nice. And he like, I don't even think he shook my hand. I think he just looked at me like continuing his conversation, right?
Really?
So I was like, it's something along the lines of that, or maybe he did shake my hand, but was like kind of just dissed me, you know? What I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, buddy, yeah. You know when somebody looks at you like a douche.
Yeah.
So after I had a little bit success, I go to East Coast. I go to the West Coast trials, right? After I went to West Coast, I'm getting interviewed by Flo, and he tries to like.
Shake your hand.
He tries to bump in my interview, like have a conversation while I'm talking to Flo. I was like,
What'd you tell him?
I got you. You're a fan, bro. I see what's happening. I see what's happening.
Yeah.
Tables have turned. So I ended up talking. I finished the interview, and then I talked to him afterwards. And it was, of course, he's being super nice to me. And then I met him again in Sacramento, right, for a fight to win, and I go up to, Nate Diaz comes up to me, right? And he was like,
wait, where is this again? Repeat this.
This is in Sacramento, California,
and you're
for a fight to win.
Oh, okay, fight to win. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sacramento. So I go there, and I shake I introduce myself to Nate, shake his hand, and then I shake this guy AJ's hand as well. And then like 10 minutes later, Nate comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, I didn't recognize you at first. You're Nicky Rod. Like, what's up, bro?" And we have a conversation. And amongst the conversation, AJ comes in. And he was like, and like laughingly, he was like, "Oh, like this guy's with the enemy." And Nate's like, he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like Henzo Gracie, and he was like, "Oh, your family." And Nate was real cool. But I was like, "Oh, that's a little weird." Like, I try to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, it's a little fucked up. You know. He's got that small man syndrome. I think he's just a little angry with everybody. You know.
Quick question. What I remember. What did you say to Lucas Barboza that one time? Remember, Lucas was getting interviewed, and then he was like, "Oh, don't talk to me, or don't look at what was that? I forgot about that." So
Lucas Barboza, right?
After
during ADCC, we're in the back. I think this was right before his match with Gordon. Lucas Barboza versus Gordon.
This is at ADCC, right?
In the back.
Yeah. Okay.
I just walk off the mat, right?
Yeah.
I'm changing my clothes, putting the hoodie on, and I hear him getting interviewed, and they ask Lucas.
Oh,
he was like,
"Yo, a stroke, man."
Yeah, I know. He was like, they were like, "Yo, what do you predict is gonna happen in the match against you and Gordon Ryan?" And Lucas was like, "Yo, yeah, I'm gonna destroy him. Gordon stands no chance. I'm gonna submit him. I'm strong Brazilian." Yeah. And I was like, and I just looked at him, and I was laughing so hard. And he was like, "Shut up, Nick. I'm gonna win."
Wow.
I was like, "All right, bro."
That is so. I thought you might have said something or eyeballed him or some shit.
I looked at him, and I was visually like, because I was like,
"Yeah,
what the fuck?"
Like,
I heard you. Like, I was like, "Did you really just say that?" And it's so funny. Like, you know when somebody's like trying to convince themselves that.
Yeah. They're trying to hype themselves up.
I just gave him the dirtiest look, and he wasn't having it. It was funny though.
Wow, that's hysterical. Yeah, that is hysterical.
You can meet a lot of interesting people. Yeah,
dude,
and then we went to fucking IHOP after ADCC, and he made us pay for his food.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, why did you guys pay for it?
Because Gordon beat him up, so fucking
all right, fuck it.
Yeah,
he probably has like that. He's probably like, "Yeah, and I made them pay for my IHOP. I made them pay." Meanwhile, Gordon's probably like, "Yeah, I paid for this broke fucking guy's IHOP."
Yeah, I probably bought my flight home too.
Oh man, that's hysterical.
Dude, we have too much fun when we travel.
Do you meet the most interesting people in you meet a lot of smart people in jiu-jitsu, and you meet a lot of dumb people in jiu-jitsu. It's like one or the other.
It's either they have their shit together or they're fucking crazy, and that's why
and that's why that's why they want to go and strangle everybody every day. You know, I always wonder this. Why the hell do we go? Why do we fall in love with a sport that is about controlling and either breaking your opponent's limbs or strangling him unconscious?
I think it's a control issue. Like for me, I think I like being the alpha. Like I always want to be the toughest guy in the room. I always want to be the most badass guy. You know, but and to know that there's somebody out there that can fucking choke me to death.
I don't like that feeling.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling.
So I'm gonna do so I'm gonna say, all right, I'm gonna see you fucking every day, and I'm gonna choke you out potentially. It doesn't happen usually, but you know, like
maybe that's true. Yeah, because I never really liked that feeling either. Like being in a room. I mean, This is kind of, I kind of feel bad for women
If you're
actually.
in,
thinking about that.
90% of the time, if you're in a room, unless there's one of the squad in there,
unless there's another professional grappler,
you're gonna kill everybody.
Exactly, exactly.
You're not a huge guy, but it's like jiu-jitsu
It's a knowledge
makes you
thing.
that. Yeah, exactly.
It's a knowledge thing. We know so much about fighting or grappling, and there's no way some random guy who's going to be a brand new blue belt, or some wrestler who has no idea what submissions are, or even if the guy,
most fighters, bro, even like most like amateur fighters and stuff, bro. A little bit of jiu-jitsu, you'll keep the guy down forever.
A little bit of John's jiu-jitsu, a little bit of John's jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
Yeah. This new way of thinking. But I never really liked that mentality either before, or not the mentality, but that the idea that I could be in a room and then somebody else can impose their will on me and I can't do anything. I never liked that feeling. Yeah. So when I think about women, I'm like, holy shit. I mean, that's fucking scary. Then
you're always at the mercy of somebody. That's tough,
fuck
bro.
that shit. Fuck
and
that.
everybody wants something from you. If you're a girl, no matter what guy you're talking to, that guy, I guarantee the first thing comes to his thought. He's like, yeah, do I want to fuck this girl? That's the first thing you think about.
If we're talking reality, it'd be that. If you might get some slack,
if it's a fucking car salesman, if
they want something,
it doesn't matter. It's such a tough position to be a female.
That's why I believe in guns. What's your opinion on guns?
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah. The only reason I don't have a gun yet is because I haven't got approved yet. We're in the works. We gotta get that done. So I'm a fan of guns. I think smart people should have fucking guns.
I got a fucking Jersey's so retarded with their gun laws. All right, so I got a Remington 1100. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. Right, my shotgun is illegal if I have a pistol grip on it because it's semi-automatic. A pistol grip. A pistol grip. So I had to fucking change the grip, and all of a sudden this shotgun becomes legal now. But the thing is, if I have that same grip, but it's a pump shotgun, it's not illegal. Or
it doesn't make any
legal.
sense.
It's the stupidest thing I could ever hear of. Like what? Or if I want to be a mass shooter, I'm gonna be like, oh well, I can't mass shoot with this gun because there's no pistol grip. Like what? Tell me these dumb liberals like what their idea about these gun laws are. There's no logic behind it whatsoever.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane.
Man. I mean, I think fucking America was founded on war and
liberating
guns.
Liberating us with guns. We will never be a tyrannical government. Will never be able to impose their will on us if the populace has guns. There's just no way.
Because there's a few things, right? The government's got drones. A shotgun's not gonna do shit for a drone. A
rifle.
Well, the thing,
a rifle might.
Give me an
if
AR.
you look at like Iraq, Iraq is like what? I think
ground zero.
It's like, exactly, but it's like what the size of Texas. I don't even know the size, but I mean, they have no technology, but they have guns, and look how hard it is to fucking deal with something.
Levels the playing field.
We have 400 million guns in circulation in America. It's fucking hard to deal with a population or to hold down a population when that population has guns.
If there's no guns,
it's fucking hard.
The only people that are gonna have guns is the fucking government, and now we
the
don't
government
have
or criminals. The government or criminals.
It's supposed to be a fucking government. A country of the people. You know what I mean? We're supposed to run it, and the only thing that levels the playing field is
we are supposed to keep the government in check, not the other way around.
Yep.
Like that's the reason why. I mean, our country was founded upon. It's the United States of America, meaning each state creates its own legislation, and then we're united, right, with a common philosophy, whatever. But each state should be stronger than the federal government. But now we have this idea that the federal government should be in charge of everything, and then the state legislation is smaller than the government or than the federal legislation. That's retarded. That's not what we were founded on.
Are you a fan of wearing the mask?
Fuck the mask.
Fuck, thank you, bro. I'm that asshole that I walk into every single store with a mask in my pocket, and I wait for the manager to come up to me and say, "Hey, like, can you please put a mask on?"
I think,
and I'm like, give him a nice wink. I'm like, "Yeah, no problem, buddy. I just want you to know that I want you to take time out of your day to approach me." To show you how gay this is. There's
a fucking legislation in Oregon, in a county in Oregon, where wearing masks are mandatory except for non-white people because of fear of racial racial profiling. Wow. So if you're non-white, you do not have to wear a mask. That's literally a racist legislation. Like there's no way around it.
Spray tan, even the playing field.
There is no way around it. It's retarded. I genuinely believe this whole lockdown was pointless. Our governor, Governor Murphy, and then Governor Cuomo. All right, I think if I remember correctly, the deaths in New York 32,000, deaths in New Jersey 15,000. Okay, the third state is either I think it's Massachusetts or Connecticut. They're at 8,000 deaths. New Jersey's 15,000 deaths. And New York is 32,000 deaths. Okay, what do Jersey and New York have in common? They both fucking put these positive COVID patients back into nursing homes.
Yeah,
that is the problem. That's literally the problem. You're gonna tell me, and the thing is, I genuinely believe like this liberal argument is always an emotional argument, because at first, right, the nursing homes tried to turn away these positive COVID patients. They said, no way, we have high risk people in this nursing home. We don't want you to give it to them. And then people were like, that's so fucked up. Where should they go? Where should they go? They have no place to go. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you where they shouldn't fucking go is back where all these people can die. And now we have 32,000 and 15,000 deaths. You know, a vast majority of the deaths just came in 2 states alone, Jersey and New York.
Yeah, why not quarantine them separately? That's
exactly. I genuinely believe the lockdown should have been, if you're high risk or you have fear of it, then you quarantine yourself. Anybody that's not afraid of it or is willing to take the risk, then go out and take the risk. You take a risk driving a car, right? Like you take a risk driving a car.
You can die any day.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
No, like one of my buddies actually wasn't taking it seriously going out and shit. Ends up giving his dad COVID. Dad dies within like 2 weeks. You know,
dude. Every time I get on a plane, I'm like, I literally have like 10 seconds of me. Every time I get on a plane, I'm like, there's a possibility that this can go down. There's nothing I can do about this.
Well, yeah, there is nothing. There is a risk. I mean, granted, the risk for getting on a plane is very, very small. Like the amount of plane crashes
they should make like little like pocket-sized parachutes where if you do go on a plane crash, at least the parachute will give you 50% chance of living. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's all I need. You give me a fucking chance and I make shit happen.
You guys ever skydive?
I want to go so bad.
I want to go.
Man. I would never willingly jump out of a plane.
I would. So
unwillingly,
you willingly fight another human being trying to break your legs and shit, but
I have control. I can control that human being. I can control the parachute don't come out.
Fair.
So the only way I would go, right, I would have to be strapped to somebody, right, that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Are you strapped? Are you strapped? Or you diving by yourself?
You're strapped, bro. You're tandem.
No, I'm.
Yeah.
Tandem is
there's someone's right behind you.
I think you have to be a pro if you're not like strapped to somebody. Right?
Yeah, you have to have
you need 10 jumps, and then you can start going alone. But they literally strap you with 2 fucking clips. That's it. It's like 2 little metal clips.
What if you ever see people hit the death spiral? They just
the Phoenix phenomenon, bro. One of our teammates, right? He was in the military.
You put up here if you want.
Okay. He was in the military, and then they were doing some jumps, and then he has like a 500-pound like sack or barrel underneath him. Then there's him, and then the parachute. So it's supposed to be in one straight line, vertical straight line. That's what you're supposed to be falling down, right? A Phoenix phenomenon is where you have that 500-pound barrel, you have yourself, and you have the parachute horizontal line, and you're spiraling down towards the earth. Man, you're essentially it's called the Phoenix phenomenon.
What do you do? What's your reaction?
What he fucking did was he had to cut the 500-pound barrel. That shit fucking goes flying.
While you're spinning. While you're fucking spinning and fall through the earth. You have to take a knife out and cut it.
You fucking cut that shit. That thing went on like an interstate highway. Man, that thing could have killed somebody. Yeah, bro, shit. Goes on an interstate highway. Then he has to ditch. He has to like pull whatever fucking safety thing to ditch his parachute. And then he has to release the emergency parachute. So I believe
that's a lot of decision making in like, you got 10 seconds?
Dude, bro, listen to this. Apparently, like the where you're supposed to open up the parachute, I think it's like 10,000 feet is when, like, if you drop below it, you're talking about like life-threatening thing. He was below that shit. Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was below that, and cuts the parachute, cuts the barrel. His emergency parachute opens up. Then he lands. Then his buddies fucking pick him up, and they're like, "All right, let's go again." And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, yeah! It's military training.
I
like,
guess if you don't give a fuck,
dude. He's a fucking
you're pro. You're a pro.
Oh man, you're like,
who is this?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Dude,
he's a fucking savage.
He's a beast.
Oh my god, yo,
dude,
that makes perfect sense. He's a fucking animal, man.
Yeah, bro. He's like.
If you guys don't know Jacob, he's like what 6'3", 260, all fucking muscle.
All muscle, man.
Military.
Like, dude was in the military. He's a fucking beast. He's a beast.
Legit killer.
Yeah, he's just an animal. I don't want to like. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say about him, but he's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we get to train with people like that, man. Military people are fucking.
Yeah. I mean, you get all walks of life, bro. Yeah. Fucking. Well, you never trained with Eddie, did you?
Eddie who?
Cummings?
No.
Well, Eddie was like I mean, he was a physicist. Right?
Oh, really?
Weird. Yeah, he was.
Is that good money?
I mean, I doubt it.
No.
I doubt it. He was like, he had his master's in physics, and he was working in a lab, and then he fell in love with jiu-jitsu, so then he stopped everything to to pursue that. So you have that. Then you have special forces people coming in. You have like all walks of life. You have people who own their own businesses. You have people on Wall Street.
Half lawyers, doctors, bro.
Dude, half the people at Henzo's, half the people at Henzo's, that train in the morning sessions, they're working people. Like they work in corporate America, trading fucking stocks, or they have huge real estate.
Yeah, we got a lot of rich motherfuckers that train.
Yeah, there's a shit ton.
Oh yeah,
there's a shit ton.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's fucking expensive to go to Henzo's.
Yeah,
dude, it is expensive. It's like $250 to like $350 a month, I think, just to train.
If you're parking there or taking a bus there every day,
you're parking, you're commuting. If you want privates, it's like another fucking few $100s on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, jiu-jitsu, martial arts in general gets expensive, but you're talking about martial arts.
It can change your life though, save your life.
It really can. No, it can. That's really so true. That is so true. It's one thing that I believe like every woman should learn.
Dude, what was one of our girls just got mugged a couple months ago.
Wait, mugged? No, you're talking about Katya?
Yeah.
No, Katya didn't get mugged, but some random fucking chick literally came up and started attacking her housemate. Yeah. Wow. Attacking her housemate, just started beating the shit out of her. And Katya like fucking...
It was like a homeless girl?
No, it was just like a drunk chick after the club.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what happened.
That's when she broke her wrist, right?
She... What? Is that how she broke it? I think she did. Oh, so they had a stick or something. So there was like a stick, and then fucking hit Katya with the stick. So she put her hand up. It broke her hand. And then she like ends up like snapping her down and then going into a triangle and like strangling her unconscious. And
with a broken hand.
Yeah, with a broken hand.
Ass, bro.
Yeah, with a broken hand, strangles her unconscious with a triangle. However, while she's strangling her, she gets bit in the thigh. Yeah. Oh. So there was a huge human bite. And the thing is, like, humans, like, our mouths are disgusting. Yeah. Like, there's a high chance of infection. So she freaking gets bit, strangles her unconscious, and then has to go to the hospital and then get, like, antibiotics because she might get some type of weird disease from a human mouth. But jiu-jitsu, like, literally there. I mean, I think it's first, again, the control thing, but it gives you the confidence to not take shit from anybody. Like, you take a normal person, honestly, they get hit with a stick, they're scared. They're like, well, what the fuck?
People
like,
panic. They don't know how to handle situations.
It's, again, problem solving under pressure. People freak the fuck out under pressure. However, if you're doing this every day,
you're uncomfortable in like a bad situation.
Yeah, exactly. You can think clearly. I actually got into, so as soon as I did jiu-jitsu, I haven't really gotten into like any fights.
You're tired all the time.
I'm tired. I'm too lazy. And the thing is, I think I may have gotten into fights back like in college or whatever because of the fear thing. I wanted to prove
it's probably because you thought you were 300 pounds and 6'5".
Maybe that. But I honestly think I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe because there is a piece of me that I need to prove to myself that I can fight. Like that was kind of like my mentality.
I think we all think that. Like as far as in our room, like it's a sense like you have to prove to yourself who you really are.
But the thing is, now we do this every day. I don't feel that need to prove that I can handle myself. So I haven't gotten into like any fights.
It's like you're more secure within yourself.
Exactly. I don't have to feel like I have to, like, if I get angry, I'm gonna fuck somebody up. It's like, no, I already know I'm gonna, fuck this dude up. Like, please, bro, you don't
just
want
deal
this.
with the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one time I see this. I'm walking home from Henzo's, or not walking home. I'm walking to my car from Henzo's. We parked just a block away from Henzo's, and I see this guy do a hit and run. He hits so it's dead stop traffic. People are parked on both sides of the road, and he tries to thread the needle in between the traffic and the parked cars. He ends up hitting like 3 cars, like doo 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 doo, and tries to drive off. I'm like, holy shit! So I take out my phone and I whip out my camera to take a picture of his license plate.
Fucking snitch,
dude! Fuck that. If like
6'9" over here.
I think you're fucking scumbag if you're gonna try to fucking mess somebody's car up.
Facts,
because dude, hit and run. Insurance won't cover it. Like insurance
Dude,
won't cover it at all.
My buddy's got Lexus, and somebody ripped out the driveway and backed into his car and left. And it was his neighbor, and they still didn't have to pay for it. I was like, that's crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah, like it's fucking. So I was like, fuck that shit. So I whipped out the camera, take a picture of the license plate, and the guy saw me. right? He's probably like, I don't know, like he's older, man, like 45 maybe, 40. And then he gets out the car, he starts yelling at me. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? What the fuck? Whatever." And I'm like, "Bro, don't come near me." And I'm just like, "I'm just taking a picture of your license plate because you're a scumbag and tried to fucking hit these cars." So I'm really calm. Yeah. And then I take a picture of the license plate, and when I'm taking the picture, he snatches my phone.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
He snatches my phone. But the thing is, I swear to God, if I was in college, I would have just gotten so pissed, I would have just threw punches, right? But I was like, this fucking retard. I grab him, I Harai Goshi him over the ground.
No.
Yeah, he's on the fucking ground. He's screaming now. He's like, I'm sorry, man. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded, man? I'm half your age. I could have really hurt you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's
was
like,
he bigger than you?
Yeah, he's like, I'm like 5'8". He's probably like 5'10".
Yeah.
Like, he's out of shape fucking like 45-year-old dude.
Still, having a smaller guy beat you up is never fun.
Exactly. But the thing is, I threw 0 punches. I threw him. I was calm like the entire time.
You're in such control.
Exactly. Like there was I didn't lose that. I didn't let the emotions control me, which is what would have happened if I had not been doing jiu-jitsu for, like 4.5 years at the time.
Yeah, it's the same thing with a real fight. Like if you're in a cage and you're getting emotional, I feel like the ones that do the best and have the most win, are the guys that have fun in there. You're like relaxed.
Well, calm, cool, collected.
Yes.
The whole thing that John, teaches me is the idea that fighting is just solving a puzzle. It's just a puzzle to be solved, and then you're never gonna make your better decisions when you're angry. Imagine trying to solve a little board game or whatever. You getting fucking angry at somebody because they just hit you isn't going to make you solve that game any quicker. But if you're having fun, you're cool and collected, your brain, you're in that flow state, you can really, you can solve problems really quickly. If you're angry and you're letting these emotions get the better of you, you can first either make bad decisions, and second, you can't think as quick. You're not thinking as quick because you're angry.
Words to live by, man. Tons of times you get in simple situations. I remember I was actually just getting insurance, right, on my truck, all talking over the phone, and this bitch was not complying. I was like, listen, I just want to give you my card. I have this quote, give me the insurance. She was just trying to read shit and get me to buy other stuff. I'm like,
I hate that. The sales,
I'm about to go to practice. I have 5 minutes. Take this card. We're gonna have a fucking problem.
It's like a 130-pound woman on the other line. Like,
my God.
Please, I'm just trying to feed my family. By upselling, he's like, take the fucking card.
I was about to choke her ass to the phone.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that is so funny.
I'm terrible with stuff like that, like being patient, having to talk, or like wait in line for I'm not a guy to go to the DMV. I need to.
DMV, dude. But this comes down to, I guess we're gonna circle back to a little bit of government, man. Anything the government does is shit. The government's this big, slow-moving machine that it shouldn't be, I don't believe that, DMV, the Postal Service, they're all shitty institutions run by the government, and you have these people who are trying to get the government to do everything. Oh my God.
It's a money game, dog.
It's so
everybody trying to get paid.
It's so stupid. It's a stupid, we live in such a weird time, man. I really want to move to Texas. Being on these coastal areas.
John's been talking hot, bro.
We got to get to Texas.
We'll see.
Texas.
You guys have me sold on the dream, man. I'm fucking.
You're a Texas man. You're a Texas guy. You're a fucking Texas dude, man. You have an orange Bowie knife or whatever.
Yep.
That's a Texas fucking knife, man.
We get some kill some.
Yeah, hogs we start fucking. We'll just run these hogs down.
All we need is space. We're training in the morning. We got the whole day.
Exactly. And the thing is, actually, your commute isn't bad, but. My dream
sucks right now.
My dream is fucking being able to train and then go home in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I have the rest of my day to do whatever the fuck I want. Right?
Are you a video game guy?
I used to be more. So I actually have Nicky Ryan's PC. Nicky got his own big desktop, so I have his little laptop. So
for you guys don't know, Nicky Ryan is trying to go pro.
Nicky Ryan, yeah, Nicky Ryan is a freaking.
He's legit, man.
He's gonna start streaming. Gamer. He should. That's what I'm saying. No, he's an idiot.
Yeah, I think he should. He's got 90K on Instagram. I bet if he probably get 10,000 views every time he goes on Twitch.
That's what I'm saying. People would watch him, but I think first. He only likes to do things that he likes to do. So he loves jiu-jitsu, so he does jiu-jitsu. He likes Fortnite, so he does Fortnite, and video games in general. When you're saying, all right, well now he has to learn how to do this streaming thing. It's so hard. It is easy, but it's so hard to get him to do something that he's not he's like, no, dude, I just want to play video games, man. Or I just want to do Fortnite. Doing anything else. Yeah. It's so funny. But he would get views for sure. And he's nasty. He's nice at Fortnite. Yeah, he's nice. Yeah, he's a real good gamer. He learns quickly. Nicky's fucking weird with that. Like, so
he's a very calm personality.
Yeah, yeah.
He definitely some guy. He's the kind of guy that just sit there and relax, not really go out kind of guy.
Dude, oh yeah, he's a homebody person. Like,
sure.
Like he's definitely more introverted than extroverted. Like he just likes to. He trains, he goes home, and then he plays video games and just chills at his house. He hates going out. I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I don't know if it's. I mean, when I was younger, like not younger, but when I was in college, I would like to go out, but I mean, I feel more comfortable just chilling at the house. Like I'm
safer, bro.
Yeah, it's
no
safer.
Fights there.
No fights, no shit.
These people want to go out and
I'm too
drink.
tired, man. Like my friends love. I mean, my friends, work during the day. Some of them work from home, so it's just them at the house by themselves. And then I get home after doing, MMA training session with freaking, world class athletes. Then jiu-jitsu sessions with fucking behemoths like Gordon and Nicky, like Nicky Rod here. And then I go home. I want to fucking sleep. I want to relax. And then my friends are like, "Oh, come on, you're being such a bum. You want to go out?"
Recovery time.
Sometimes
bro.
I'm like, "Bro, dude, I'm fucking gassed." Sometimes I have to teach a private in the morning. I'm like, so I have a private. I have MMA. I have jiu-jitsu. And then back before COVID, I mean, I had my own school to run, and along with Gary's school.
How often were you teaching there?
Dude, I was teaching there every day. Sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Dude, Tuesday, Thursday, I had 6:30 a.m. classes.
I don't think I want to teach, right? I think I just want to get famous enough where they just use my name.
Yeah,
like,
franchise, bro.
Yeah,
franchise, exactly.
Yeah, that's probably
use my name.
It's probably the
I'll
smarter way to go.
There, here and there.
Nicky Rattle Access Gym coming soon.
Yeah, it's right.
Get started, bro.
Fuck, you can throw your name on mine.
Yeah, let's do it. I live off commission.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the easier way to go, man. Running a school is I wanted to be able to build something of my own though, like build.
You want to make
students.
Generational money.
Yeah, like I like the idea of building a business because I've always been an entrepreneur at heart or whatever. Like growing up in middle school and in high school,
you want to be your own boss.
Exactly, it was always about that. So then finally, I was like, oh well, because I was working at Gary's as a manager, and then I was like. The reason I was doing that is so I can learn how to run my own business. And then I was like, well, I believe I have all the skills, or at least all the skills that allow me to problem solve. So if I faced a problem running my own gym, I feel like I'd be able to solve it. No problem.
And you have such good peers around you that like have been in the game, they've been in the business,
successful.
So
gyms,
they have answers for any problem you have. You're gonna have answers for it.
And that's what jiu-jitsu really helped me out with is this idea of problem solving, because all we're doing is I'm giving you a problem, you're trying to solve it while giving me a problem. So everything's just about problem solving. So and then that translates to life. That translates to my school, my gym. Is anytime I have a problem, well, it's like, all right, well, I'll try to solve it. If I don't have the solution, well, then I go to somebody who knows it, because we have multiple people with multiple successful schools, and I get the answer from them. So everything's just problem solving.
We must have the high success rate for gyms, for academies in the world. Really,
it has to be.
Gracie,
it has to be.
I don't even think anybody comes close to us.
Dude, Renzo Gracie. I mean, Doug has like really successful schools. We have like our network is it's so deep. It's way deeper than honestly being in a fraternity. Trying to get relationships like that.
I'm sure that was an interesting process.
Yeah, and like we're way closer. I mean, I used to hit Doug up at like 11 p.m. Doug is he owns Renzo Gracie Bronx and another gym. He owns a few other fitness gyms along with some real estate. Like he's a serial entrepreneur. But I would hit him up at like 11 midnight with some random question about the gym, and he'd answer. There's nobody that I'll be able to really get those answers from if I didn't have this network that we were in.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So many people get to meet. I remember like when I had the WWE tryouts, right? A week prior, a couple weeks prior, I was telling like John and Gordon that I have this tryouts, and they're like, oh, like Shane McMahon trains here.
Yeah,
like,
he takes privates on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. John's like, yeah, I teach him all the time. I'll introduce you. They brought me upstairs, and he was just chilling there. I was like, okay, this is cool. So he gave me a good recommendation.
Yeah.
I was going over there, but yeah, it's sick, man. You never know who's gonna pop in there.
Dude, there's so many people that do jiu-jitsu there. I mean, what's it? Jonah Hill.
Henzo's?
Yeah, Jonah Hill was taking privates. Mario Lopez taking privates. Bless you.
Yeah, I actually met Mario. Thank you. I met Mario. Super nice guy too, man. He's a big fan of jiu-jitsu. Follows a lot of grappling.
Is he a brown belt or a blue belt?
I think he's a blue belt.
Okay, I knew it was something with a B. I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
but
Dude, I think he wrestled like in high school and stuff.
I think he did a few different things. I think he did like boxing too, or jiu-jitsu.
That's gotta be weird for him to like because he was such a star at such a young age, like landing a show like he did. What was the name?
Well, I don't even know. I forget.
Oh, we're so young.
Yeah, I'm
so
too young for
young.
this.
I mean,
Actually, I
Netflix
remember
shows.
now. Yeah.
Bro, I got a funny Shane McMahon story, dude. I was back in like 3 years ago, I was training at Henzo's upstairs. Just me and my buddies were rolling. And I was like trying to like wrestle.
Okay.
And Shane comes over. He's like starts showing us shit. And next thing you know, I was like, oh, that's super nice.
Wait. You're trying to do WWE wrestling?
No. We were just like rolling. You know?
Yeah. I was
just
like,
doing
Jesus
like takedown heavy
Christ.
shit, you know?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, bro, like he shows us a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
And then I didn't know who he was, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had no clue. So then as soon as he left, my boy starts freaking out. He's like, bro, that was Shane McMahon.
Dude,
like I can't believe he fucking.
That'd be funny if the first thing he told you was like, yeah, climb up these ropes, you jump off.
That's what I thought. I was like, damn, what are you practicing this for? Dude, when you brought your boy Roman Bravo Young, like RBY or whatever.
Dude, shout out RBY. What a fucking animal.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. He's a sick wrestler. The thing is, I don't know shit about wrestling. Like anything that I know about wrestling is because John sent us a video to study about it, right? I don't follow wrestling. So then RBY, like we train or whatever, and then we follow each other, and then we're commenting on whatever on Instagram, right? One of my buddy's younger brothers, who's like super into wrestling, he's like, yo, you know RBY, like whatever. And I was like, dude, I literally had no idea who he was prior to training with him. But the thing is, that happens a lot. There's a lot of people that come in, like so many like UFC fighters or Bellator fighters or kickboxing champs that like come in, they train with us, and then I find out that they're like, the shit after. I had no idea who they are.
It's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens more often than not that these random people who are like, high level athletes in their industry.
It's pretty cool because like how we're fans of like other athletes and actors and stuff like that. Like these famous people are like fans of jiu-jitsu and grappling.
Yeah.
And we're like an underground sport with like grade A attention. You know what I mean? It's pretty. It's interesting.
It's like that. Like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of celebrities that train grappling, and like it's not like they'll only do private. It's like you'll have Holly Berry at Henzo Gracie, like in practice. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So I was sparring Gary, right? And then we just finished the first round of sparring, and then we're just kind of like, there's like a 60 seconds in between each round, and we're just sitting there, and then we see Holly Berry, and then Gary's like, I think that's Holly Berry. And I was like, dude, that's not fucking her. What are you talking about? We're at Henzo Gracie Academy.
Just chilling
and I'm just
practice.
chilling there. I'm like, dude, that's not her. And he's like, all right, whatever, I think it is, but okay. And I was like, dude, you're retarded. And then next day, find out that it's her because she has like some movie coming up. So then she's like doing some training, whatever. I was like, holy crap, bro.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the mecca of jiu-jitsu, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, there's so many people that walk through that door. There's so many people.
How we doing on time?
This is the longest one yet, but this is an hour and 25 right now.
Oh shit, we were
It's almost 1 o'clock.
All right, we gotta wrap it up, guys. So we gotta go training soon.
Yeah, man, I got fucking MMA, man.
Yeah, he's got MMA. I got jiu-jitsu in like 2:30 or something.
I have
like that.
MMA, and then I have to train with Nicky Rod. Do you know how hard that is
And
to
I
come
can
in every
guarantee
day?
I'm not gonna take it easy on you.
Yeah,
Guaranteed,
why?
bro.
Why do I do this? Why am I doing this? I don't know. I should quit. I should quit. I should go back to college.
Go back to college.
You'll get a 9 to 5, bro.
Yeah, probably
go get a
easier than
job.
fucking handling your ass.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
All right. So
Yo, I
we
hope
got
you guys
next
like the merch, man. Check it out, Nicky Rod All Access gear. We're still working on it. We don't know when we're gonna drop it, and we don't know exactly the principle we're gonna do, but we do like what we have so far. So these podcasts is we're gonna start posting these guys soon, man.
Yeah, hopefully we post on Monday.
Yeah.
That'd be the goal. And then
Thanks for having me, bro.
thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Anything you want to plug real fast?
All in BJJ. That's
Yeah.
my gym. We can also shout out Brunswick BJJ. That's Gary Tonen's gym. BJJ
Instagram?
BJJ Damien is my Instagram, so you guys can follow. I like to post. I post some like pictures, but a lot of my stuff I like informational content. So stuff about like how to do certain moves. That's the main stuff on my Instagram. So that's all I got.
All right, man.
Sounds good, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I'll catch you guys next time. Nicky Rod All Access. Thanks for watching. That's good.
Yeah, good shit.
Good.
I have a piece.
Yeah, dude.
Try Oh my god.
This is gonna take me some practice.
Yeah. Goes back.
Oh god.
I drank this whole fucking thing. Iced coffee.
Every day I wake up, I be flexing. All those people double cross me, learn their lesson. Now those people show me love, but I ain't messing. You've been blowing up my phone, just leave a message.